Wow. Hey everyone, it's Peguero. Thanks for being here. This is probably the biggest and most exciting broadcast of my entire life. I am floored, like literally right now, completely floored and at the blessings and the beauty and the peace that I have in my heart and that we have shared just in the last, what was it, just over 24 hours. So I want to share with you my journey that has, literally been going on my whole life, but really just in the, like, literally blink of an eye went from uncertainty to incredible amounts of peace and joy. You guys, wow. I'm Peguero. I help women find strength in struggle. And right now, what I'm about to share with you is like literally all about my own journey from fear and uncertainty to love. So please forgive me if I like stutter and stumble over my words. Like I have some notes over here to keep myself straight, but I'm just gonna let it flow, you know what I mean? And just let it roll. And I've got this ready because who knows what's gonna happen. But let's just get into it, okay? So just a little bit of a backstory. I'm 42 years ago yesterday. I was born in Greenville, Pennsylvania, and I was given up for adoption by a young woman. And my whole entire life, thanks so much for the hearts, my whole entire life, I have just been filled with uncertainty and what ifs and, kind of alone at times and just like nobody really understood me. Even though I have a beautiful, amazing, wonderful family that has filled me with unconditional love for my whole life. But I still always I just didn't know where I was from. I knew they were Italian because my father told me that their one request when they adopted a baby was that she be of some kind of Italian descent. She had to be Italian because my father said that he didn't know how to relate to anybody else. And I love that. I just love it. So that's all I knew. I knew she was a young woman and that she was Italian. So, I was just always wondering, never, always unrest. And then once I had my girls, my friends that were adopted would always say, "You got to find your birth family. You got to find your birth mother. It's amazing. You'll feel this joy and you'll feel this and you'll get this family." And I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm good because I have enough joy and love. I have everything I need with my family and the way that my life is right now. I'm grateful for her because she gave me life, but I don't really need that in my life." And that came from fear. That I had, like fear of rejection, fear that I would hurt somebody by reaching out to them. Like, what if it was just such a challenging time in her life and she just didn't want to be reconnected with me just because of whatever circumstances meeting me or hearing from me would drum up. So I just kept to myself, and it was my husband after the birth of our babies was like, "Annie, you need to find her. You need to find her. You need to thank her and find her and just wrap your arms around her and let her know that you've been thinking of her every day." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I do." So I would Google all the time, like at least once a week for years. I'd Google 1975, January 22nd, like everything that I knew, which was pretty much nothing. It was like searching for, you couldn't, whatever, and of course I would come up with nothing, and I knew that I could always petition the court. I could go that route and petition the court, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I called the courts a couple of times and they were cold. I'm a former law enforcement officer. I know what court stuff is like. I didn't want to have anything to do with going it that way. But then again, I wanted to protect her and not reach out if it was something too overwhelming for her. But so I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I said everything I wanted to say. Okay, so the night before my birthday, which was, I don't know, the other night, I'm laying there nursing Autumn, and I was like, you know what? Other people have done it. They've posted signs. Help me find my birth family. I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go make the sign right now. I'm going to come on live tomorrow morning, and I'm just going to do it. I have no plan, and I'm just going to do it. So I didn't plan to do it at all. I just decided that I was going to do it, and then I came in here and I got my kids' markers and I made the sign, and then I told my success partner, Audrey, I said, Audrey, if you don't see a video from me tomorrow morning by 8 a.m. your time, I'm like, you better message me and say, where is this video? So she's like, yes. And I was prepared. I was prepared for any disappointment. I was prepared for love. I was just prepared. All I wanted to do was thank her. That's all I wanted to do. And what happened is mind-blowing. I'm sweating and shaking right now just thinking of what has happened in the last 24 hours. So I woke up, you saw what I did yesterday, I made my sign, I did my video, and then I went to church. Church, if you know me personally, I'm not really a church goer at all. I haven't been to church in forever. I told my mom I was going to church. She goes, take a picture. You're going to take a picture. You're going to church. So I went to church and I prayed next to my beautiful friend Katie. And we like embraced, and like I was shaking, and just the pastor was speaking to me. He was speaking to me when he said, open your heart, because there's big things that are going to happen when you open your heart. You are meant for big things, and big things are going to happen. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is big, crazy disappointment about to happen or big love. So I get in the car to go home, and there was a message. There was a message from Dave, and he says, we need to talk. I think you're my sister's daughter. And the connection here was because a beautiful woman named Vi was friends with my mother her whole life. My mother and Vi in our hometown have been friends their whole life. I played soccer with Vi's daughter. I mean, the closeness of this whole is just amazing. It turns out Vi is married to, and I hope I get this right because I know you're all on. Vi was married to, but Vi's husband was my mother's cousin. I think that's right. Okay. So, and I called David and I'm like, yeah, let's talk. And he says, I think we better talk when you're not driving. And I knew right then that she had died. When he said that, I knew. So I got like my serious mode, and I was like, all right, I will call you when I get home and I get my girls fed and in front of a show. So then I said, I'm texting, I'm like, let's do a video call. Because then it became joyful because there was David and I didn't know what else was to come. And he gave her a name. He called her Marie. I think you're my sister Marie's daughter. And I was like, okay, let's do this on video chat because this doesn't happen every day, right? And then so we did. So we hopped on a video call, and my husband was able to join us too, and we talked for about 45 minutes. And what happened after that, just, is blowing my mind, just completely blowing my mind still. Marie was killed in a car accident when I was 16 years old, the same age that she was when she gave birth to me. My whole life I've been like obsessed with car accidents. Obsessed. Like a fear, obsession, like a strange obsession with car accidents. And I'm sure that was her talking to me. And I always felt that she has been with me all this time, but I didn't really think that she wasn't here on the earthly plane. I really did believe that she was alive, because I felt her presence so much. So then, sorrow but joy, but so much joy, loss and sorrow, but so much joy, because now what I get to do with my family, my girls, and this beautiful family, which is also my family, I get to bring Marie back to them. I get to bring her back to her 9 brothers and sisters. She was one of 10, and her father, who is in his 90s. And, her mother passed away a few years ago, but her father, who's in his 90s now, gets to meet his daughter, who he lost so many years ago, her daughter, who I'm sure he thought was gone forever. So the joy and the peace that I can bring, because I did that, because I posted that video yesterday, and because of your help. Oh, hi, come on. So because of that, oh, okay, hold on, we gotta have milk. Yes, we can have our milk. So because of that, here, come on. I think this is out of the camera. Here, go ahead. Yeah, go on. Okay. So there you have it. Out of sorrow and uncertainty comes peace. And Dave then goes on to invite me and my family, my parents and my brother, to the family gathering that's happening this weekend. So I get to meet everyone. And when I say everyone, this is a huge Italian family with 26 cousins that all look like me. I mean, just the most amazing blessing that I could have ever imagined. And as I move forward with this beautiful adventure, never leaving behind what I already have, the love that I already have, just moving into bigger love, filling my heart with bigger love, and filling the hearts of so many beautiful people, with amazing love and joy in their hearts. So don't ever let fear stop you. And maybe it's not stopping you, maybe it's just like not the right time. Like for me, it just wasn't the right time to search. And now, and I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Wow, you guys, this is crazy. I love it. Oh. So I'm going to end here, and everyone that has sent me messages, I'll be responding to every single one of you. Thank you all so very much, and I just can't wait to continue this exciting adventure. Thank you so much. I love you.